Hi everyone, this is Aaron for Zollotech, and we're going to continue the iPhone 5 tips videos, and in this particular one we're going to talk about texting, or as Apple calls it, messages. So you can see there's our messages icon. If we had a message right now, we'd have a 1 or maybe a 2 or 3, or depending on how many texts we have waiting that we haven't read, they'd be there. And we have some settings for those. So let's first go over the settings, and then we'll talk about some things we can do with messages. So we'll go into settings, and if we scroll down, you'll see there's messages. Under messages, we have a couple different options. We have iMessage, which is something I would definitely recommend you turn on, especially if you have friends with iPhones, iPads, iPod Touches, or Macs. And what this does is allows you to kind of bypass your text messaging plan, and it shows you a couple different things, like when they're texting you back. And I'll show you that in a little bit. But if you have this turned on, it uses iCloud integration, and it's really nice because you don't need your text plan, and you can get your messages on your iPad or whatever else. You don't have to use it, but it's nice to have. We also have send read receipts, send as SMS. So if iMessage isn't available or you don't have a data connection, you can send it as an SMS. You can pick which addresses to send it from. So that means your phone number. I'm not going to go into here because I have a bunch of them, but it allows you to pick your phone number and your email address, or any combination of the two, or one. And then we have MMS messaging, meaning we can send multimedia messages such as pictures and videos. Group messaging, more than one person at a time. We can also select a subject field or a character count, and those I have off, and I believe they're off by default. So let's go back to the main screen here. Now in messaging, when we open it, we'll have a couple different people depending on who we're messaging. You can see this is my brother, there's some other people here, my wife, some other friends, and you can see here there's a couple people listed. That's a group message. So the first thing I'll do is let's just create a new message, and we do that by pushing this button here, and we can pick from our address book. In this case, I'll pick my brother, and it shows the name and phone number, which I have blurred out here. So my brother, and I'll say hello. And it knew that I've already texted him, and I've actually been having a conversation telling him I'm recording this video to text me back, and you can see it just popped in there. Now we have blue, and you can see these are blue when we're on just normal text messages, such as someone that doesn't have an iPhone or isn't using an iPhone, like this individual. It's green. So you can see that we have blue and green. Blue, again, means we're using iMessage. Now, when this person responds to me and my brother, you'll see a little dialogue pop up here, and then we'll know that he's actually responding. It's kind of like a read receipt. If at any one time I want to change anything here, I hit edit, and it allows me to delete individual messages. So I can delete this one, or I can forward that message to someone else. So that's pretty simple. Now, if I want to send a photo to someone, I can do that by hitting this little button here. I can send a photo or a video, or choose an existing. So I'll just take one quick, pick the phone up, take a picture here, and we'll hit use. And we can text in landscape as well. It's all how you want to text, but you can see we have that option, and then I can just send it. I can delete it if I don't want it, and I can add another if I want to send more than one at once. So that's pretty handy. Now, if I've copied text from somewhere else, I can also paste that into here just by tapping and holding. So maybe I'll copy this here where it says I'm on Mac, copy, paste, and it pastes it in there. So that's another nice option. And if you don't have your hands available, maybe you're driving or preoccupied in doing something else and you don't have time to text or whatever, you can use the little microphone button here on an iPhone 5 to respond. And you can see he just said hi. How are you tonight? And you can see I just did that by tapping the microphone button, and it responded. When I was done talking, I hit done, and we'll hit send. So you can see that just sent. It let me know that it's delivered right here, and it's really pretty handy. And you can see he's typing something back. Not bad, you? Now, it's not going to usually put any commas or question marks, but that's fine. So you can see it works pretty well, pretty quick. but maybe we have a message that we want to include more than one person on. Well, we can do that a couple different ways, and you can see we've got a message here, and we'll create a new message here, and we'll add a couple people. Instead of adding one, we can add more than one. So you can see we've added 2 people. It just flipped to blue because that means they're on iMessage, and it knows that. And then I can text to those 2 individuals at once. Now, if I want to get rid of a conversation, I can do the same by simply sliding to the right or hitting edit and tapping on it like this. So we'll get rid of this one. It deletes the whole conversation. One of the questions I get asked a lot is, when I back up my phone using iCloud, will it back up the text messages? And it actually will back up the text messages. And that can be found in iCloud under your iCloud settings here. That's under settings in iCloud. And as long as you have this turned on, your general backup will back this up. You don't have to turn any special features on, anything like that. So it's really nice, real handy to have. So that's pretty much it as far as messaging goes. There's not a whole lot to it. We can search messages, but hopefully that gives you a general overview. There's one last little trick I wanted to show you, that if you're in the United States or not in Japan, but you have little emoji icons, and what those are is, if you see this little world keyboard I have here, the world keyboard, you can see we have all these nice little characters here, some funny, goofy, whatever, and there's tons of them. There's just a bunch of them everywhere. We've got little eyes or whatever we want to send, and those are really neat to have as well. So we can do that by turning on international keyboards. To do that, we go back home, we go to settings, and then we go to general, and we scroll down here, and there's keyboard. Now you can see keyboard here. We have all these different things, and we have 2 keyboards listed under keyboards. And you see we have English or emoji, and we want to add the emoji keyboard. So if we don't have it, we can hit add new keyboard and scroll down. It's usually under Japanese. So you want to add the emoji keyboard. And once you have that, you'll have the emojis, which is what these are. So you can see if we delete it, we can add a new one. And actually it's under emoji. So tap, it's added, and that's all there is to it. Now you can have all those little nice things. And hopefully that should help you out a lot. One final little tip, though, that I wanted to show you, again, is under settings and keyboards, is if your keyboard's driving you nuts with auto correction, you can actually turn it off. As you see here, capitalization, everything else, you can turn off all of the auto things. So there's also shortcuts that you can create as well. Add new shortcut. You can see NP means no problem. It kept correcting NP to something else, so I made a shortcut for it, so now it knows. So you can do all of these different things that will help you text a little bit better. Hopefully that'll help you out with your texting. Now, if you have any other questions or comments, maybe you have another tip that I missed, please place those in the comments below. If you haven't subscribed yet to this channel, please go ahead and subscribe. As always, thanks for watching. This is Aaron. I'll see you next time.